Every time he moved his cheek, it sent a signal to his computer. On the screen, a list of letters would slowly scroll by. When the one he wanted lit up, he would twitch his cheek to pick it. Now, his computer had been programmed with his personal vocabulary, meaning as soon as he selected a letter or two, the advanced system would immediately list words and phrases. When the sentence was ready, a robotic voice said it out loud.
I love Zack D.flims.
He got into his time machine and set the dial for ancient Rome. It landed with a loud crack. As it opened, he stepped out. And as the dust cleared, he realized he was right in the middle of a Roman army. A soldier grabbed his arm, but he managed to pull out of his grasp, leaving behind his watch. He ran back as a spear whizzed past his head. He punched his return coordinates. The machine landed in silence. As it opened, he saw nothing but gray skies and dead trees. Behind him was a city in ruins. A massive statue was half buried in the ash. It was an emperor, with one arm reaching out of the ground, and on the wrist was a watch. His watch. In the street ahead, he saw a crushed warhead casing, with his watch etched into its side. You see, the soldier had kept it that day. Roman engineers took it apart. They studied its gears, its strange metals, its hidden power. They cracked the battery. They discovered energy, built machines, and forged weapons far beyond their time. They advanced too far, too fast. He ran to the machine to go retrieve the watch, but the spear had torn a massive hole, meaning he was stuck in a timeline that never should have existed, all because of his watch. The robber fired the gun right at his head, but at the same time, the man put his hands up to cover his face. And instead of piercing through his skull, the bullet struck his wedding ring. It deflected off the metal, splitting it into two pieces. One got stuck in his finger and the other pierced his neck. But apart from minor injuries and a dented ring, the man walked away unharmed. The sword was fixed to the top of the gun, allowing you to either slash down your enemy or shoot them. But if you shot at the wrong angle, the recoil would send the blade back towards your face. And for the sword to be stable, it had to be screwed to the gun's handle, which would make it impossible to load the magazine. Now, only one of these has ever been found, and the trigger, magazine, and bolt were all missing, meaning this was probably just a gimmick and never actually used. He had another head growing right on top of his own, one that could blink and smile independently. And this head was actually his twin that didn't fully separate in the womb. It would cry when he laughed and stare blankly when he slept. Now, each head was actually functioning off of their own separate brains. But when he was 4, the boy was bitten by a snake, and both heads passed away together. He found his dog covered in blood, according to the legend. He rushed into the baby's room, only to find the crib knocked over and dripping with red. His baby boy was nowhere to be found. Enraged, the man pulled out his sword and slayed his own dog who had killed his child. But as the dog let out his final breath, a baby's cry rang through the room. He was safe under the crib, and next to him was the body of a wolf. You see, his dog had actually killed the wolf to protect the baby, a loyal companion who was mistaken for a beast. A fan threw what appeared to be a rubber bat onto the stage at the concert, and without hesitation, Ozzy Osbourne picked it up and bit into it, thinking it was a toy. But to his shock, the bat was real. The moment he bit down, he realized the mistake as the bat's blood filled his mouth. He was rushed to the hospital immediately after the show to receive rabies shots. If type A blood is injected into a type B patient, you'll immediately start to have chest pains and feel feverish. And this is because your immune system is attacking the foreign blood, which causes the blood cells to break down. And within just a few minutes, your blood pressure could drop dangerously low, and your organs might begin to be damaged. This could eventually lead to a heart attack if you're not treated. If you swallowed a live octopus and your stomach had no digestive fluids, the octopus would pass through it completely whole. And this is because they're very resilient and don't have any bones, making them incredibly flexible. If it didn't suffocate, the octopus could travel down into your intestines and through your digestive system. And eventually, it would make it all the way through and come out of your butt alive. If you puncture a lung, air will move in and out of the wound as you breathe. When this happens, it can fill the space in your chest, putting pressure on your heart. To stop it, find an airtight material like plastic and use it to cover the wound. Next, tape it down on 3 sides. This stops air from getting sucked in but allows it to escape. And lay down on your wounded side to keep your chest under pressure as you wait for help.